Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this week's edition of Inspired by Online Scrapbooking Classes, which I am doubling up with a project for the NICOLEJONES911 design team. And I am also, therefore, of course, as I did last month, and I will pretty much be doing every month, I am combining this with one of the NICOLEJONES911 classes, and more specifically this week, the Scrapathon 6. And the prompt or the challenge or the class that I am using, or the lesson that I'm using, is multiple photos. So you can see here that I have 3 photos. This is going into my Rome album. I do owe you an update on that, don't I? I must film that. I'm going to try and do that this weekend so I can show you where I'm at, because I've made a lot of progress, as you have been able to notice with some of my recent videos on that album. So today I have these 3 photos, and I am using mainly some of the scraps and leftovers that I still have from the awesome Vicki Boutin Storyteller collection, including this lovely background paper, and then the scraps that I had on my desk. And I think this is maybe the only piece of paper that does not come from that collection. It was just sitting on my desk, and therefore it was the perfect shade of red, so it got added. This is maybe another, I would say, one of my go-to designs. I often do it as a central design where I have just the 3 photos that span the entire length of the page, often more of a central design, but I really like it in this offset way, and I think I'm going to do this again. So I took the 12 by 12, but you're going to see that, oh, I thought I had cut part of it. I thought I had been very frugal and sort of cut some strips. I certainly meant to do that, but I don't seem to have done that. Oh, well. So I have my 12 by 12, and then I just had some small strips of other papers on my desk that I was able to add. So the first thing that I do is get the 3 photos matted onto, and this is sort of a matte gold paper that almost reads more as a craft, but with a little bit of a sheen. It's a Stampin' Up! Paper, so I got my 3 photos mounted on that. So you can see, since I wanted a mat all the way around, that I just had to cut the teensiest little bit off each of the photos. So they're not quite 4 by 6. I think I probably took maybe 1/8 of an inch off each of the photos, and then decided that I wanted them sort of offset a little bit to the right. And then I just took some strips of paper. On this lovely paper here, I just tore my edges, tore them all the way down, and distressed them with my nail, and then did a little bit of inking, so that this paper down here is just a rectangular strip. Then I did, and I love the interest that that gives, and I think it goes perfectly with the theme of the photos, which they are photos of ruins, the Forum, Caesar's Forum, in fact, in Rome. So the sort of distressing and the torn edges works perfectly with that. The color scheme works beautifully with these photos. I love the sort of pop it gives, and yet it really shows the photos in a lovely light. I used the same paper, of course, over here on the left. I didn't bother to tear or distress this here, because of course it's hidden under this little paper. And then I just had this strip. I think I can't remember whether it's just a 1/2-inch strip that I'd cut or whether it's a border strip, but it was on my desk. It was a little bit sadder for the wear, so I decided I would go in and distress and ink the edges and then pop that over the top, so that I have some lovely multicolored and deep, bright and bold colors. Vicki, nobody does that as well as Vicki Boutin, for sure. So I got that down, And then I really just did, the first thing that I did were these two clusters. I wanted this little cluster because, in fact, to get this strip of paper down here, I had to do two and sort of put them up one together. And you could really, really see the join because the pattern didn't match up either. So I decided to do a cluster here with, of course, these are all NICOLEJONES911 printables, a lovely red viewfinder with one of the tabs here, as is my pattern. I love that. I popped this heart, which is one of the newer prints that we had just in the last couple of weeks, up here on foam on this side and flat to the photo here. And memories popped up, of course, on foam here as well. And I inked all of these edges in, I think the color is suede from Stampin' Up! To go along with a little bit of the distressed look that I had going. And then over on this side, I had this lovely floral piece that I had fussy cut out from a piece of Storyteller paper, and I loved it. And I said, you know what? I'm just putting it there because the colors work perfectly, and it sort of softens everything, and I just love the effect that it gave. So I popped it in there, then of course went yet again with viewfinder and tab, a lovely arrow here with captured, one of the sketchy cameras, which I love, and this one is in a chocolate brown color, and I inked all of these as well, and then I just popped another little arrow here because this felt as though it needed just a little bit of something. These lovely, which of course I had to add some glue, thickers, chipboard thickers saying Forum, with a chipboard piece here, a very beautiful distraction, and just one of the little birds overlooking. Because at first I just put my title down, and then I felt this was just sort of hanging, and I just love this little, it's not even a cluster, but just this extra little touch that I was able to get in there. A star that I just popped up there to fill that little area. And then I went in to get my Nouveau drops in Postbox Red, which is a vintage drop, crystal drop in Ebony Black, and the Dandelion, no, English Mustard as well, and added my little Nouveau drops in these little nooks and crannies. And I always find that is just such a fun finishing touch. As you know me, it's either the Nouveau drops or enamel dots, but I've pretty much finished my stash of enamel dots and or sequins, and sometimes both. So there you have it. There you have my Inspired by NICOLEJONES911 Scrapathon 6 online class, and a project for one of my design team assignments for this month. Thank you so much for joining me. And tell me in the comments down below, I've had a lot of comments recently, or people reminding me that they had enjoyed the Go to Design series that I did. Oh, I think it's even over a year ago now. And I'm finding that I'm adding a few more go-to designs to my scrappy arsenal. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like another little mini series on my go-to designs. And I will see you all here yet again very shortly. Tomorrow, actually, tomorrow is going to be a very big day. We have Sketch Sunday and a lovely Love is in the Air hop as well. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye for now, my friends.